The year 2000 marked a significant milestone for India. It was the 50th anniversary of the Indian Constitution coming into effect. The Constitution, adopted in 1950, is the supreme law of India. It lays down the framework for the country's governance and guarantees fundamental rights to its citizens. To commemorate this occasion and reflect on the journey of the Constitution, the Government of India took a historic step. It constituted the National Commission to review the working of the Constitution, or the NCRWC. The NCRWC was formed on February 22, 2000, and was headed by former Chief Justice of India, M.N. Venkatachaliah. The commission comprised eminent legal experts, scholars, and former bureaucrats. The formation of the NCRWC was a recognition of the evolving needs of a rapidly changing India. It provided a platform to deliberate on the efficacy of the Constitution in addressing contemporary challenges. The decision to constitute the NCRWC was welcomed by many. They saw it as an opportunity to engage in a healthy and constructive debate about the Constitution. The Constitution, though a sacred document, is not set in stone. It is a living document that must adapt to the changing times. The NCRWC was entrusted with the responsibility of examining these aspects. The formation of the NCRWC marked a watershed moment in India's constitutional history. It provided a unique opportunity to reflect on the successes and failures of the Constitution. It also enabled a discourse on the potential changes needed to ensure its continued relevance in the 21st century. The NCRWC was formed with a clear mandate. It was tasked with reviewing the working of the Constitution. This did not mean rewriting the Constitution. Instead, the Commission was to examine its functioning over the past 5 decades. It had to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the Constitution. The Commission's terms of reference were comprehensive. They emphasized the need to maintain the spirit of the Constitution. The Commission was asked to recommend changes that would strengthen the institutions. It also had to suggest measures to ensure the effective implementation of constitutional provisions. The NCRWC was to focus on strengthening the core values enshrined in the Constitution. These values included democracy, socialism, secularism, and national unity. The Commission had to ensure that its recommendations were in line with these values. It was also to consider the changing socio-economic landscape of India. The government's decision to form the NCRWC was driven by the belief in the Constitution's enduring relevance. It was acknowledged that the Constitution had served India well. However, there was a need to review its functioning and suggest improvements. This approach reflected a mature democracy's willingness to engage in self-reflection and adapt to the changing times. The NCRWC, in its endeavor to review the Constitution, identified 11 specific areas for detailed examination. These areas covered a wide spectrum of issues. They included the functioning of the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The Commission also looked into the electoral system, the federal structure, and the rights of citizens. One of the crucial areas of focus was the working of parliamentary democracy in India. The Commission examined the role of political parties, the conduct of elections, and the relationship between the legislature and the executive. The issue of electoral reforms was also given significant attention. This included exploring ways to improve the conduct of free and fair elections. The Commission recognized the importance of addressing socio-economic changes in Indian society. It examined the effectiveness of the Constitution in promoting social justice and economic equality. The issues of poverty, illiteracy, and social discrimination were also discussed. The Commission aimed to suggest measures to strengthen the constitutional provisions related to these issues. The 11 areas identified by the NCRWC represented the key pillars of India's democracy and governance. By scrutinizing these areas, the Commission aimed to provide a holistic review of the Constitution's functioning. This approach highlighted the interconnected nature of various aspects of governance. The NCRWC, in its review, acknowledged the significant achievements of the Indian Constitution since its adoption in 1950. The Constitution had successfully steered India through numerous challenges. This included internal conflicts, external threats, and socio-economic upheavals. The Commission lauded the Constitution's role in upholding democratic values and ensuring the rule of law. One of the key achievements highlighted by the Commission was the successful functioning of India's democratic institutions. The Constitution had provided a framework for a stable and vibrant democracy. The regular conduct of free and fair elections was a testament to this success. The Commission also acknowledged the role of the judiciary in upholding the Constitution and protecting the rights of citizens. However, the Commission also recognized that the journey of the Indian Constitution was not without its challenges. The Commission identified several areas where the Constitution's implementation had faced hurdles. This included issues related to poverty, illiteracy, social discrimination, and corruption. Despite these challenges, the NCRC's assessment of the Indian Constitution's performance over 5 decades was largely positive. The Commission recognized the Constitution's resilience and adaptability. It acknowledged the Constitution's role in holding the world's largest democracy together. Section 5. Areas of concern. Navigating the challenges. While acknowledging the achievements, the NCRC also highlighted areas of concern in the working of the Constitution. The Commission identified several challenges that needed to be addressed to ensure the Constitution's continued relevance and effectiveness. These concerns spanned across various aspects of governance, including the political, economic, and social spheres. One of the key areas of concern identified by the Commission was the functioning of the political system. The Commission observed a decline in the standards of political discourse and a rise in corruption. It also expressed concerns about the increasing influence of money and muscle power in elections. The Commission also raised concerns about the effectiveness of economic policies in achieving inclusive growth. It highlighted the persistence of poverty, unemployment, and regional disparities. The Commission emphasized the need for economic policies that are more equitable and inclusive. The NCRC's identification of these areas of concern was crucial. It brought to light the challenges that India needed to overcome to strengthen its democracy and ensure equitable development. Section 6. Charting a course. Key recommendations of the NCRC. After an extensive review of the Constitution's working, the NCRC put forward a set of recommendations. These recommendations aimed at strengthening the Constitution and addressing the challenges identified. The Commission's recommendations covered a wide range of issues, including electoral reforms, judicial reforms, and strengthening of institutions. One of the key recommendations of the Commission was to strengthen the Right to Information Act. This aimed at promoting transparency and accountability in governance. The Commission also recommended measures to ensure the independence of constitutional bodies, like the Election Commission and the Comptroller and Auditor General. The Commission also emphasized the need for electoral reforms to improve the conduct of free and fair elections. Its recommendations included measures to decriminalize politics and regulate the role of money power in elections. The Commission also suggested reforms to the anti-defection law to prevent its misuse. The NCRC's recommendations, if implemented, had the potential to significantly improve the functioning of India's democracy. They reflected the Commission's commitment to strengthening the Constitution and making it more responsive to the needs of a changing India. Section 7. The unfolding legacy of the NCRC. The NCRC submitted its report in 2002. The report sparked a nationwide debate on the future of India's democracy. The Commission's recommendations were widely discussed in academic circles, political forums, and the media. While some lauded the Commission's work as a valuable contribution to India's constitutional journey, others criticized it for being too ambitious or impractical. The government's response to the NCRC's recommendations was cautious. While some recommendations, like those related to the right to information, were accepted and implemented, others, particularly those concerning electoral reforms and judicial appointments, faced resistance. The debate on the NCRC's recommendations continues to this day, reflecting the complex and evolving nature of India's democracy. Despite the mixed response, the NCRC's work holds immense significance in India's constitutional history. The Commission's comprehensive review of the Constitution and its thought-provoking recommendations provided valuable insights into the strengths and weaknesses of India's democracy. The NCRWC's work serves as a reminder of the need for continuous engagement with the Constitution to ensure its continued relevance and effectiveness in addressing the challenges of a changing world. Section 8. The NCRWC and the Public Discourse, a retrospective. Looking back, the NCRWC's work can be seen as a significant milestone in India's journey as a democracy. The Commission's formation signified a mature democracy's willingness to engage in self-reflection and critically evaluate its foundational document. The NCRWC's recommendations, though met with mixed reactions, sparked a nationwide debate on critical issues related to governance, rights, and social justice. The NCRWC's legacy lies in its contribution to the ongoing discourse on constitutionalism in India. The Commission's work highlighted the importance of periodic reviews of the Constitution to ensure its adaptability and relevance in addressing contemporary challenges. The NCRWC's recommendations, though not fully implemented, continue to serve as valuable reference points for policymakers, legal experts, and civil society organizations engaged in strengthening India's democracy. Section 9. The enduring relevance of the NCRWC. Even though the NCRWC submitted its report nearly 2 decades ago, its work remains relevant in today's India. The challenges identified by the Commission, such as corruption, electoral reforms, and social justice, continue to plague the country. The NCRWC's recommendations provide valuable insights into addressing these challenges and strengthening India's democracy. As India progresses further into the 21st century, the need for a robust and adaptable constitution cannot be overstated. The NCRWC's work serves as a reminder of the importance of continuous engagement with the Constitution to ensure its continued relevance in addressing the evolving needs and aspirations of the Indian people. The Commission's legacy lies in its contribution to shaping the discourse on constitutionalism and its enduring relevance in guiding India's journey as a vibrant and inclusive democracy.